Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the 3 talking points from Everton, 1 West Ham United, 3 at Goodison Park today. West Ham have came with no points and have left with all 3. 4 defeats out of 4 for them before they arrived at Goodison Park today. Meant we went into the game full of confidence, and Everton did up, for want of a better phrase. But the 3 things I'm going to talk about, firstly, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the left-hand side. Just never works. Never, ever works. I just don't think he's good enough, full stop, at the moment. I don't think he's good enough to play off the left-hand side. I really don't. I don't understand why managers persist doing it. Koeman did it. Allardyce done it. Silva's done it. And he doesn't offer enough. He gives us no width whatsoever. And it's not his natural game. So we're watching a player struggle in a position, put in a performance that I thought was woeful, to be honest with you. But he's not in his right position anyway. And he's a young lad learning his trade. I don't understand it. We've got players who can play there. I don't understand why persist with it. It didn't work against Huddersfield. Okay, he scored a good header, don't get me wrong. But it didn't work against Huddersfield. It really didn't work. And now we've had Huddersfield at home and West Ham at home. 2 teams who, listen, without being disrespectful to them, they were 2 home games we looked at as fans and went, 2 victories and we're going to be right up there. We took 1 point out of 6. Really poor. Really poor. And I can't help thinking that if we had a natural player who plays in that position out there, it would have served us so much better. I just think it needs to stop. You can't have so many wide players and not use them, putting, square pegs in round holes still. Let's swerve that. Let's sack it until there's really no other choice we've got but to do that, because we're having to patch a team up. That wasn't the case today. Baines could have played left back and Dean out there. We could have had Bernard out there. We could have had Lookman out there. There was options today. And the manager chose a different route and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. So let's swerve the Calvert-Lewin out wide thing now. Let's hope that is the end of it and we never see it rear its ugly head again. Second thing I want to talk about is 2 defensive midfield plays. Basically, just the makeup of our midfield. It doesn't work. Quite simply, it doesn't work. Obviously, we haven't got Andre Gomez fit yet. We don't know when that's going to be. With a muscle injury, he was jogging, he was out on the grass, he was passing, and then he got into the game. So, who knows? He could be out for 2 weeks, he could be out for 3 months. We don't know. But that midfield makeup isn't right. And again, it's too slow. It's too slow. Sigurdsson's too slow to play in the same midfield, I think, with Schneiderlin if it's Garner in there. Garner's not good enough on the ball and Schneiderlin's immobile. So one of them is not saying they're not good players, because I think all 3 of them actually are good players. I think Schneiderlin just doing his job. I think if you put him in a team with 2 quick lads in there with him, I think it takes the pressure off him and he can just get the ball and knock it and keep things ticking over. Nobody carries the ball. Gylfi is a clever footballer. He sees things, a pass. He's got great ability from there. Well, to say that, the free kicks he's hit today was shocking. But he's not quick enough. He can't go through the gears. And I think Garner could play on his own if you put people with him, but he leaves his position. But he's having a lot of the ball, Garner. It'll be interesting when I do the tactics show later in the week to have a look just how much Garner had the ball and how many side and back passes he gives, because he has a lot of the ball, Garner, but doesn't use it well. When did he last make an assist? When did he create something? He doesn't. And your midfield have to be able to do that as you go higher. The big thing for me today, the key worry for me today, yes, technically, trying to create chances, it was poor. But what really worried me was Mark Noble just outran our 3 midfield players, and that is embarrassing to me, because he's bang average, if that. Their midfield, when I looked at it on paper, was like Declan Rice. Yeah, all right. Decent young lad, but yeah, Obiang, nah, not in a million years. And Mark Noble, I was thinking, our lads will be all over this. And they weren't. And I have to go, fair play to West Ham, fair play to Rice, fair play to, well, Albion didn't really do anything, but Noble had a really good game for them. So, really disappointing. The makeup of our midfield is really worrying. And it's not Marco Silva's fault, but that's an area you need to look at. One player whose fault it isn't is Tom Davies. He gets stick for when he's in our midfield for not creating things. When he's not there, you see that they're still just as bad at creating anything or competing. At least Tom gets around the pitch and competes. So there's a real issue there for me. I don't know how we combat it. It looked slightly better when Gylfi went alongside Garner in the second half, but I don't know. I mean, it was a flip of a coin of Garner or Schneiderlin who came off, wasn't it? So I don't know. A bit worried really, and that's an area that we need to solve for me. I look at our neighbours and I see them Champions League final, finishing the top four and winning bought a new midfield, and you're like, we're still here with a midfield from Koeman, and there you go. And finally, very quickly, I won't going to harp on about this, but Cenk Tosun and his massive lack of confidence, because that's what it is at the moment. He's showing all the signs of a centre forward that isn't scoring goals. Quite frankly, he's going further back. He's not in the right areas. He's missing opportunities that he would certainly have hit the target with last season. The header in the first half was really poor. Great ball from Lucas Digne. It was a fabulous cross. And, Gylfi scores a header from, for me, a much more difficult chance. And then in the second half, the one that broke to him in the box, he was 4 yards out and he blazed it over the bar. All right, it was 3-1. But there was still about 20 minutes left when he done that. And he blazed it, or 15 minutes left, blazed it high over the crossbar. And it's a player with no confidence. So do we take him out? Do we take him off the team now and sit him on the bench and go, look, not happening. Let's slow things down. Let's get a little bit of confidence back for you. Will that damage him? I don't know. But do we keep him in because he's not going in the right areas and hope that he plays through it? I'm not sure. Will he benefit from having Richarlison back? Of course he will, because we're quicker in the transitions and Richarlison's excellent. Would the team benefit at the moment from Richarlison going through the middle and playing Bernard, who was excellent when he come on? Maybe bringing Cenk out of it for a bit and giving Cenk 20-25 minutes towards the end of games. I don't know, but he's certainly lacking in confidence. And that's certainly a bit of food for thought, I think, for the manager. So there you go. They're my 3 talking points from today. Very, 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 very disappointing afternoon at Goodison Park. We've lost our first game of the season, and the start is now poor. You have to say that 6 points out of possible 15 is really poor when the start we've had, and we've had 3 home games against teams that we would have expected to take 9 points from. So really disappointing. What can you do? They're my 3 talking points. Make sure you watch all the match reactions. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you want more videos, get over to Patreon. Thanks for watching. See you soon.